Okay, so I thought I'd share some of the knives I've been making over the past few years. So here I'm just going to document kind of the processes, the products I've made, and just wanted to kind of update everyone on how this is done. So it all starts off about me going to the junkyard, and I go and find some leaf springs. Some spring steel is terrific for making knives, and only thing is you have to reshape them. So here's my process. So I jump up on my forge I've made out of a brake drum, get some coals in there, cut out this slot, and I hammer them flat. Okay, so here's the forge. And then what I do is I, kind of modern methods, get an oxyacetylene torch, I cut them to shape. I don't hammer them. I'm a little bit more modern than that. So here's one of the first ones that I've made. This knife was made for a chef that needed to be able to cut chicken bones. So it's very heavy. It's about 11 inches long. And this was the first knife after one that I made before. It's just kind of a trial and error that I was actually proud of. So then I ended up making another one with a narrower beveled handle, blade, which was just a lot sharper and a lot easier to cut fruits and things like that with, but very heavy. Then here's another one that I kind of ventured into doing, like a utilitarian type knife with, that was more of a novelty mix of hunting knife that you could split wood with. And here's a beautiful sheath that a friend of mine made. Very, very cool. Very, very thankful for that. And so yeah, and then some repair work I've done. So let's look. So here's a knife that the handle broke off. It was a handle that was just press fit on, and I think from being in the dishwasher, it heated up, and a lot of soap and water was getting in there, and it loosened up. It came off. Anyways, so what I did here is I just fabricated a metal tang for it. So here you see here, I got a piece of just 1/8 inch steel here, and I just welded it on in that little valley where it was press fit on, grinded that down square, and you can see here how I do my handles. So I just got two pieces of oak that I cut on the table saw and just drill the holes. Again, I'll show you a better process of this in the future whenever I do a knife build. But so here it is, I just drive these pins in, and then I'm going to start sanding it down on the sander. So, let's see here. So now here's the finished product that is still in use and working even better than the original plastic one. Okay, then here's my final knife I made this last winter, which, like I said, I have a stack of leaf springs that I've gotten at the junkyard and I flatten. And every time I want to do a knife build, and I want to give it to someone, sell it to someone, whatever it might be, this is what I do. So I pick one up, I cut it with oxyacetylene torch, and I just try to experiment with different things. So you see this is about a 6-inch blade with a beautiful walnut handle that I put on there. And what I did here is I just drilled some holes in the blade there, and only drilled halfway through on each side, and I filled it up with this bronze brazing filler rod, and it just gives it that cool little golden dots that go along in parallel with the pins for the handle. So that's what I'm always trying to do. I'm always trying to innovate, make something interesting, something unique. Again, these are sort of just interesting projects I'm doing. For some, they have actual purposes in the kitchen, or being put to work on a farm as some sort of utilitarian, hunting knife. But overall, I think that they're just kind of art pieces, and it's a fun metalworking project. So again, I'll show everyone how I make these in a future video, probably coming up in the next month or so. And I'll just show you the process that I've been refining over the years. So I hope everyone enjoyed this. Thanks for watching.